It's Viper Queen. Viper Queen comes third chronologically in the story of Missy and Johnny. It was the second single that we released before we released the EP.
Which was around Halloween time, and that was it really fit the song, because the song's actually about a murder. It's about the murder of Johnny Bryant. Dun dun dun!
The music moves very similar to that of a snake. It's groovy, it slithers around, it resembles everything I hate. But yet the song is really good.
With Viper Queen, it's slower and bouncier at the beginning, and it's just kind of testing the waters that bit. And then it bites at the start of the chorus, like the do-do. And for that bit, I tried to go a bit harder on the bass and almost get like the giant whistle kind of tone where you play right against the neck. And I went for that without playing against the neck though, and just kind of going harder on the strings, and that seemed to work quite well, and I really like how it turned out there. And then it just goes for the kill in the second half of the chorus, like everything out is just in your face.
In terms of playing the guitar for this song, I wanted the guitar to sound like a snake, so I did a lot of sort of vibrato on the guitar, and so it feels like a snake slithering and moving around. And a lot of the bends I use are really, like, they come in suddenly and it's really dramatic. So I was really picturing a scene in my head of a snake slithering around and jumping out, and that was really fun to do because I've never really had a chance to do that in a song properly. Also, this song features a breakdown. I believe it was our first breakdown we did in a song, like an actual thought out one, and we've definitely added that to more of the newer songs because we had such a good time using it in this one. It's the part of the song I look forward to the most, because especially when we play it live, I'm always jumping around for it, and it's just a nice little thing to add to the song.
I nearly died learning this song. When I first joined the band, they give us a list of songs to learn, and this was one of the ones that took us an age to learn. I couldn't quite pin the timing down at all, just because the video that they sent, it wasn't done to a click, and we ended up not recording this song to a click for the very same reason. It was just one of those songs that went off fail. So when I was trying to learn the song, there was all these uncertain gaps in time, and it was just relying on being tight with the other members of the band to sort of get the punctuation of the phrasing right.
For my bass fills in the verse, I could do it different notes on different strings, and that would be a lot easier for me because I'm staying in one position. But since it's snake and more flowy, I wanted to use it all on one string, so I do all the fills are just on the A string, going up and down. And if you don't do music, you won't understand as much, but the exact same note and octave on two different strings can sound completely different. But I just really like the tone of how it sounded all on one string. And so that's why I kind of did that. It kind of personifies the music as well.
Right, welcome to the lyric analysis for Viper Queen. I don't know why, but I thought we were going to say it together, and then we didn't.
Viper Queen!
I felt a bit sad. The devil's going to get you, that's if I don't first. So, that's a really interesting line. It's basically saying that karma's going to get you, or I am. And also with that lyric, the devil's going to get you, I think that's sort of an early example of us using like devil and heaven and all that, which we've sort of put into the newer stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's a little trace of a little sprinkle of what became us.
So you get the chorus, you got Viper Queen, woman of your dreams, Viper Queen, a little Mercury, Viper Queen, have mercy on me, Viper Queen, oh mama please. When I was first thinking of the concept for this song and a hook, my mind was immediately drawn to Killer Queen by Queen. I don't really know how snakes got involved. I don't think of it in terms of a meaning for being two-faced or sly, more so cunning and dangerous. I quite like snakes, especially after our shoot.
We do now.
Yeah, we do now.
So I was never a big fan on snakes, and then obviously I met them and I was like, they're not that bad, they're lovely.
Yeah, no they're not. They were actually really nice, weren't they?
Like you can see in the video, I literally had them like around my arms, and I'd never done that before in my life. I can't say Ewan felt the same way after the shoot. But
no. Not during, not before, not after. Yeah. But this is also why I use the line a little Mercury. It's kind of like a double meaning for me. So both Freddie Mercury and like a little rocket or a little spark or something like that. I kind of just thought I'd pay homage to that. Because obviously, like, when you first think, oh, she's a murderer, the first thing you're going to think of is like a killer And I was thinking her of just, she's like a queen, she's like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I've never noticed that.
yeah.
I've always thought a little Mercury is in the planet.
It doesn't really make sense. It's kind of just for me. It's kind of
Yeah, I
just
know
like,
what you mean.
I think of it as like, yeah, like you say, like Mercury, like planets, and then rockets and stuff like that. So like a
But
little
then when
rocket.
you put it like that, it makes perfect sense. It's a little Mercury.
There you go.
That's mental, that.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yes.
Baby.
Bang, 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 baby. Got a hunger for trouble. Psycho, but you love it. Red's your favourite colour. So obviously red is blood there. It's signifying blood.
Johnny got shot.
But yeah, to put it blatantly, yeah. Fall for me, my lover. Let it bring you to your knees. I'll do it how I wanna, and you'll pray just like Madonna.
It is a sense of control for her. I mean, she's kind of been like pushed around a bit, and I
Yeah.
feel like she's really let loose. I have to think of me.
Yeah,
It's kind of unleashed something in her where she's like just being a different person.
yeah. She's a lot more confident in this song, and it's more about self-confidence and also knowing your worth, which is extremely important. And the last line, and you'll pray just like Madonna. So if you didn't notice there, Lisa's put a little hint into Like a Prayer by Madonna, which
I
is
love that
one of the
song.
songs. It's a great song. Why did you want to reference that?
I don't know, I just had in my mind just him on the floor kind of just begging for his life, and I just thought it's really I find it really cool when people do reference other artists in their music.
I've always loved that.
Like Michelle Pfeiffer, Riptide,
Yeah.
or what else is there? Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
Bruno Mars has done
that's what I thought of before.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do it, and I find it really. It's just a fun little thing to do, and I really love the Like a Prayer song, so I just thought of
Yeah.
it instantly when I was thinking of Johnny begging for his life, basically.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Well, see, this next section, the refrain section, Bite Your Tongue, we used to do this in the first verse as well,
Yes.
but we decided not to because it's kind of just something a little bit, it adds a little something to the second verse, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah,
Makes the
that's
song shorter as
that's something I've definitely learnt through songwriting, that leaving something extra for the second verse will keep people interested. We live in a time where attention span is extremely low, so it's like you have to keep people interested.
well. Keep adding something new.
Even in a video, you start with the most exciting thing, or people will just click off. It's as simple as that. So,
It's like a set list as well.
well,
A
yeah,
live performance.
yeah, like that. You do have to bear in mind attention span a lot. I thought that'll be something really interesting to add into that. It's also got a sense of guilt and regret.
Yeah.
I think, saying bite your tongue.
Well, that's
So-
the thing, we don't know. I mean, Missy's. Not only is it like the actual music itself, like it's doing what it's saying. Like Missy's biting her
Yeah.
tongue as well. She's kind of holding off to like make the moment last longer. The whole
Yeah.
killing.
It's also what snakes do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Snakes bite your tongue.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're smart. You've got all three things in one
Oh,
there.
So we don't know whether Missy's kind of biting her tongue to revel in the moment, or whether that's because she's kind of feeling a bit of like a sense of regret.
Yeah.
It's kind of like up for interpretation whether that's which one she's feeling.
Yeah.
We don't know. Back to the chorus, we do the "Oh Mama Please" to end every chorus.
Yeah.
And it kind of like brings down the music a bit. It's quite an impactful part. I feel like I think of all those lines as kind of Johnny kind of like begging for his life. Like obviously he doesn't want to die. The music is more upbeat at these points, kind of like a panic in comparison to like, I feel like in the verses it moves kind of like a snake. The actual music kind of like very much is like a snake, and it bounces as it like progresses through the chord progression, and I feel like when it gets to these points it just starts panicking.
I think we spoke about sort of emulating what Queen did as well, going back to Freddie Mercury with the sort of making our shows very theatrical and adding stuff like that. Like the "Oh Mama Please," how it just dramatically ends. It's like it sort of fits it into that mood we were trying to create.
Mm-hmm.
In the bridge, we've got Viper Queen, you got me down on my knees, have mercy, mercy, mercy on me. And it just keeps repeating that, but it's getting more intense each time. And in the middle, I'll join in on vocals as well.
Yeah, we kind of build it up.
It's just this massive build up, and then obviously the breakdown, which is my favourite part of the song personally. I love that bit.
Johnny's dead.
Johnny dies.
Johnny's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think of that as kind of Johnny's, it's the last have mercy on me type thing, you know what I mean? He's kind of begging for his life. He's like, please, just, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Just basically, it's kind of like an intense moment where he's probably saying a bunch of stuff where he's like, please, I didn't mean it. Please don't do this. Don't kill me. But it happens anyway.
And that breakdown thing is something we just came up with during practice.
Yeah.
It felt, I don't even think it was missing something. I think we were just playing around, and that turned out to like be something new we found in the song, and we've put that in the live sets.
Yeah.
And again, that's been the theme we've sort of started adding to the songs we're writing now, sort of making them adding more breakdowns, because
We love a good breakdown.
who doesn't love a good breakdown? They're great, and they go really well at gigs. Like I always say, the people at the front.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
We were initially, because of how much we loved it, we were planning on initially doing it for every chorus.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, we'll just leave it for the last one, just as like
Yeah.
a
It's one of those
surprise.
things where if you put it in too much,
You get sick of it.
it would lose the significance
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it when it's at the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. I think overall I just love how snake-like the whole song is.
Yeah.
I like how it moves like a snake. You know, like you've got the Viper Queen.
Yeah.
They're very much like stabs. It's like a
Yeah.
snake attacking. It's like it's going, and then it just kind of like full on swallows you whole.
Yeah.
Our photographer Ashley is amazing. She typically shoots for models, which we are not. I'd seen one of our posts on Instagram where she'd shot a woman with a snake crawling all over her, through her hair, like all over our body, around our neck, and I was like, that's what we're doing.
So we're in the studio, and Leah proposed the idea of getting a snake in for the photo shoots, and I was a bit reluctant because I don't think I've ever even looked in the eyes of a snake, apart from you. Leah's off camera, by the way. Honestly, I didn't think she was being serious when she said it. We sort of laughed it off, and then she was like, yeah, so I've met someone who has a snake and they're happy to do the photo shoot. And Ewan did not like that very much.
I did not want to do a shoot with a snake at all.
So we get to the shoot, and Ashley's friend Holly's there, and she's just stood with a pile of snakes. Is probably the best way to describe it. It's just a pile of snakes. But we did get introduced to them one by one. It wasn't like we just had a pile of snakes dropped on us. We did get to know them, and they were quite friendly. One in particular, I think his name was Sirius, was just like burying himself in our shirts and our clothes just to try and keep warm. Bless him.
There was Monty, who was the cutest little thing ever. He was just a tiny little, only about that thick. I don't know if you can. Yeah. And then there was a snake that was, I can't remember its actual name. He had a little moustache on the front. And then there was Valak, who was very cute. He was a big boy though. And then the final one, my personal favourite, Sirius. He was incredible. He was like a white snake, and he was just clung around my neck the entire day. He wouldn't leave us alone, bless him. But it was fun. He kept kind of slithering inside my shirt, so I had to get him out of there.
The intention for the shoot was to have us looking very snake-like, intertwining with one another as well as the snakes. Some of the pictures even resembled like a throne and a crown.
Ewan was absolutely terrified, and it was the funniest thing to watch. I've never had so much fun looking at Ewan in pain, and I'm really glad that we documented it in the Viper Queen promo shoot with the snakes. So yeah, if you want to go check that out, you can go see Ewan absolutely bricking himself.
Overall, it was a great experience. We made a lot of new friends that day, so it was great. Yeah.
Why should people listen to Viper Queen?
Stream Viper Queen.
Or you'll die!
Also check out the behind the scenes video of the snake shoot.
The stripped back acoustic version will be out tomorrow.
Viper Queen.